and welcome to another episode of the High Council Podcast. I'm your host, Ferno9, Flair, Felix, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And we're finally back.
Let me tell you guys a tale of my youth at the age of 20 years old.
Lights flashed the car, said police on the side.
Actually got sent over to Afghanistan.
How many
Cap.
fucking vacuums have you guys inspected? Are you an
Hello?
expert on vacuums? Hello, and welcome to another episode of the High Council Podcast. I am your host, Flair, or Ferno, or whatever the fuck you want to call me. And we are back, actually. Welcome to part 2 of Would You Lie to Me? Today we have one of our main guys. We got Kamikaze.
Yo, back again. Let's get it.
And then we got a special guest making his return, because it's only fair that he makes his return for his episode, I guess I could say. We got Scrap.
How about you're a wanker?
What did he say?
What did he say? All right. I'm really excited for this episode. So, part 2 of Would You Lie to Me? We were supposed to be 4 people, but a certain person decided that they had other plans. Not naming any names, but, you know, they were the 4th member on the last episode, so I guess you could probably make your way to who it was. But, all right.
Put a knife.
So, we are going to... We're just going to get this right off the bat, right? We're just going to start it off as per usual. You guys know the drill. And if you don't, well, I suggest you watch the first episode. Because, I mean, if you haven't watched the first episode, what the fuck are you doing here? I mean, come on, you gotta watch the first episode before you watch the second one.
Indeed.
So, all right. Now, I'm going to participating in the sense of I have my stories. But I'm not going to, because obviously I know what is true and what isn't. I'm not going to partake in the competition part of it. But you two can do that however the fuck you want. So the first episode was episode 14. That is now, in between that, we've had episode 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So it's been a bit. But, you know, if anything, that just builds up the hype. The promo video that I played at the start of this is one of our best received things that we've put out ever. The reception on that was actually absolutely fucking amazing. So, I mean, it's only fair that we come back with a part 2, which we have been waiting to do for ages. So, we're just going to get right into it. And I think, Scrap, you could start. And I think you should definitely go for this one. Alright. You get it, Scrap?
Yeah, I got it.
Alright, bet. So, sharpen those ears, Kami. And Scrap, take it away.
I got this.
Okay, so back when I was young, naive Scrap, I used to live in Korea, and I think me and my sister were late for school, and we had to take the subway to and from because we lived so far away. And there was one time my sister didn't hurry up, and I hurried up, and I got on the subway before she did, and it took off. And I left her ass at our station next to our house. And like 15 minutes later is when she finally fucking showed up. She was pissed.
I can imagine.
Yeah, for real.
Jesus Christ. Alright. So
How old were you and your sister?
Oh, my sister was in high school. I was in elementary school. I don't remember exact ages.
Oh my god.
God damn.
So what did you say? You were in Korea, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Right. Where in... No, I'm kidding. Uh,
North.
North.
Can I get a pin drop?
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Just basically just gotta try and dig out some questions. Okay,
Yeah.
so wait, so you said that she showed up what,
Hmm.
45 minutes late? Is that it?
15.
No,
15.
like 15 minutes later.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
So did she get wait, so it was when you got on the subway, she didn't get on the same one as you? Not off?
Correct.
All right, okay.
Yeah, she didn't get on.
And so she just got the next one, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay. How far was this? How far was the subride? Or like
From
how long did it take, like, approximately? Was it like 10 minutes or 5 minutes? Like what?
oh, it was short. I don't remember exactly, but it was a short subway ride
No, okay.
to the station that we had to get off at.
I kind of want to believe him, but
Yeah.
again, don't. Why would you lie to me?
That's it. No, I mean, yeah. That's the
Exactly.
point. All right, Kami, you got to find a verdict here.
I know. I'm thinking. How'd you know that your sister was 15 minutes late?
You kind of check the time.
I mean, it was like no, like she showed up like give or take 15 minutes later. Like once I
Well,
got off.
because for schools, you have different schools. Like you go from like elementary to junior high, then high school.
Yeah.
So wouldn't hers be a different school than yours?
Yeah. I didn't say she was late to school. I said, well, we were late to school because we left home late, but she showed up
Mm,
to the next subway station 15 minutes later.
Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean
Okay,
that
I
does
believe
add
him.
up. You believe him?
I believe him. Yeah.
Kami believes. Scrap. What is the final verdict?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely 100% true.
It's
Yeah.
so funny.
However, the reason we were late was entirely her fault, right?
It's always her
So
fault. Gotcha.
I think I woke so I think I woke up late, right? And instead of her waking me up normally, she decided to draw a Sharpie mustache on me.
Oh, of
So
course.
instead of me being able to just get up, get dressed, brush my teeth, grab a quick breakfast, and go, we had to spend like 20 minutes trying to get the fucking mustache off of me before we left.
God fucking dang it.
Because otherwise, we
Nice.
would have fucking been on time and we wouldn't have had to rush. But then we ran down to the subway station. We were running down the stairs, and no shit, like they said, like the train is about to leave. So I sprinted and I jumped through the doors just as they were fucking closing.
Oh my god.
My sister did not.
Jesus Christ. All right. All right. It is a bit. It's hilarious. It's funny. It is funny, but it's also a bit stupid.
Yeah.
But all right. So next up,
Hit me.
call me crazy. Well, I mean, you fucking are, because I'm gonna give you.
Yeah, I'm pretty crazy.
There you go. All right. Fucking hit us with it. Call me.
All right. So when I was young, we used to play hide and seek, right?
Ah, classic
So
game.
yeah, it was fun and all until I decided to hide behind. It was like a love couch, like a love seat,
Ooh.
and it's
Glory
pushed up
hole?
against the corner of the wall. And you know, like you have like a staple gun where you like staple things along it, and it had like this wallpaper that I guess when we had the house, there were staples on the wall.
Right.
And
Yeah.
as they found me, they scared the living shit out of me. My dad decided to put on a clown mask. It was not fun. So me, scared as shit, jump up so quick and try to run. I had to push my back against the wall, and it pulled out the staple and flipped it and got stuck in my back.
Ah.
Oh.
So me, in pain, and it's still like stuck with like my shirt on, so it's like over my shirt too.
Oh no.
And luckily, the fire station is not very far. My mom drives me to the fire station. They're like, yeah, we're gonna have to pull it out. I'm like, what? I thought it would just fall out, but it went in deep because it was actually around my spine, so they were scared of pulling it too.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Ah, fuck it, we'll risk it." I'm like, "What?"
It's like a wisdom tooth. Just yank it.
Yeah, for real. Just put a string on it, pull it. No, these dude fucking goes around back like where the truck is parked, like the fire truck, and pulls out like a fucking giant thing of pliers, and just decides like, okay, hold him still. And he yanks it out of me.
If you hate it, then you should have put a string on it.
Oh my. Yeah, probably. It should have. No, and then they'll probably find a chain instead.
I mean, fair.
But hey,
Alright.
yep, that's what happened. You got a sample stuck in my back.
That's fucked up.
Ooh.
Alright.
Okay.
Scrap. What are we thinking?
I don't know. Right off the bat, I believe it. I think that actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing Kami and hearing some of his other stories, I believe that 100%.
So Scrap, do you think it's true then?
Yes.
All right, Kami, or sorry, Crazy.
Yes, sir.
Will you reveal the final fucking verdict?
It is true. It actually happened. This dude legit got pliers and pulled it out of my back.
That is insane. Dude.
Bro,
yeah.
Fuck that.
I never wanted to play hide and seek again.
Yeah, I fucking believe it, dude.
Imagine ruining hide and seek for someone. That is absolutely fucking horrible.
Yeah.
Freaking suck.
The horror.
Every child's dream. Had nightmares.
All right, guys. So now this is a chance for both of you to grab a point because now it's my turn. All right, guys. So now, bear in mind, anyone listening, if you are from the U.S., when I say football right now, I mean what you motherfuckers call soccer.
Yeah, he's weird.
So now, you guys know that I'm a big football fan, right? And so,
sure.
Yeah, sure. And so my parents obviously are, and so the team that we support here in Norway, they were back when I was younger until I would say 2013, 14. They were always top of the league pretty much. Like they were one of the best, if not always the best team in the league pretty much. They were pretty fucking good. And so now this team has gone through, like, it's been both my granddad and my grandma both support them. My mom and dad, they support them. And so it's a family thing, supporting this team specifically. And so now I have been to a shit ton of games with this team until well, around the time of 2011, 12, or around that time. My first ever football game, I was I think 8 days old. The first football game I went to. That's pretty much it. I was 8 days old when I went to my first football game.
Oh my god.
I don't remember much of it, as you can imagine, but I remember what team we played against. But the thing is, if I try and say both the team names, you guys are gonna have a fucking stroke. So yeah, I've been to loads of fucking games after that. Like, I literally, as like a 3-year-old, I literally shouted, not directly translated, but something along the lines of "fuck the referee," and then one of the players from the team that we support came over and told my dad, like, "What have you taught your son?" My dad just goes, "Well, I mean, he's been to fucking football games. It's not my fault. Everyone else's." But the main thing here is I was at my first football game when I was 8 years old, and I'm the youngest member of their support club, if you know what I mean. The youngest ever member, and I don't think anyone's gonna beat it.
I don't know, man. 8 days. The part about you being the youngest, I could believe, right? I could believe that. But you being 8 days old, I don't think that's true.
You don't think it's true?
No, not that part at least.
Not that part. Okay.
I don't know. Part of me wants to.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I know you fucking love
Dude,
football.
because you said yes or no, I'm gonna say yes. I believe him.
Alright.
Okay. So Kami believes me. Scrap. You don't.
Nah.
'Tis true, my friends.
No
Ah,
shot, dude. 8 days old.
I was 8 days old, and
What?
the story as well is so. One of the guys from our team, I think. So I was in the like the baby trolley essentially. I was in that behind one of the goals, and so one of the guys on I think our team basically goes over to the goalkeeper on the team we were playing against, and he goes, "Hey, that kid, look at that. That's a fucking baby right there. He's 8 years old. No, 8 days old, right?"
Mm.
And then this motherfucker literally. So you know the goalposts that you obviously you got the goal. So he literally he took a save about like 3 feet outside of the post with both hands. He saves the ball, so he didn't have to save it because obviously it was far out from the goal. Then he turns around, points at me, and then he keeps on playing.
oh yeah.
And
That's fucked up.
no. But like that is no. But if it like the respect in terms of the fact that he was told you better protect that fucking kid that's behind the goal now. I did it the first half or whatever the fuck.
Oh, okay.
And so
Yeah.
he makes the effort to go out 3 or 4 extra feet to make a save. Turns around, points at me. I don't remember the specific details, but he basically points at me, turns back around, and then he keeps playing. It's kind of like and like the respect for that. You know what I mean? Like he pointed at me as kind of like a not as a
I
not
got you.
yeah, it's like I got you. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I thought he made the save and was like, "Yeah, bitch, that's
no,
right."
no.
Flips the kid
Get
off.
fucked.
Yeah.
Get
Just flips me off. Just go and then.
Yeah.
No. Like he literally he made the save and then he does that as like I got you. I fucking got you. No
Yeah.
matter what. I don't give a fuck if you're from the other team. I fucking got you, kid.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So that's a point to Kami.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which Scrap, I don't blame you for not believing that. All right, Scrap.
I knew I sensed the crazy in him.
um. Okay, actually, you know what? I know which one you're gonna go for. That one.
Ooh. Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So, of course, last time I was here, I talked about, and this ended up being a lie, but deployment to Afghanistan. Right? Never been to Afghanistan. However, I have, just by virtue of being in the military, I have driven the vehicles. Right? Humvee, LMTV. Humvee's your normal truck. LMTV's your bigger cargo, troop transport kind of truck, right? And when you're driving that sort of stuff and you're driving it so much, shit happens. You get tired, someone else isn't paying attention, and you're a bigger fucking truck, so you're gonna fucking kill anyone you run into, basically. So what ended up happening is we were on our way back from the field one night, right? We were on our way back, we were finishing up, and I was the driver. And my TC, or the guy that sits in the front passenger seat, was falling asleep, just like I was falling asleep. And so we're driving, and I start getting those, like, start nodding off, or like your eyes close and then you jerk awake, or you lose consciousness for whatever amount of time.
Yeah.
And I don't remember exactly how it happened, but I like snapped awake, and I was like halfway into the other lane, right in front of this this like small little sedan, right? So I fucking swerve hard as shit, and I'm in a Humvee, right? So it's one of the smaller ones, but they're very top heavy. So I
Right.
swerve hard as fuck, and end up swerving all the way over, and I get dropped off into a ditch, and I get into a rollover in a Humvee, which is super fucking dangerous, right? You get training on it so that people don't die. But I wasn't wearing my bottom seatbelt. I was only wearing the one that goes across my chest because there are two separate belts in the Humvee.
Oh fuck.
So of course I just fucking fall and land straight on the back of my head, like basically like making a 90-degree angle, if not more or less, depending on which way you measure it, with my fucking neck. Like, my ass should have been fucking dead. My neck should have been snapped and should have been broken. But
Jesus.
all that happened was I got knocked unconscious for a little bit, and then I ended up having to be fucking dragged out of the damn Humvee and woken up. Everyone else in the truck was fine. Just I got super fucked up.
Jesus fucking Christ. That's why I should
Yeah,
never.
so
That's why I should never drive.
don't
whilst
drive tired.
Yeah. Life lesson, kids. Don't fucking drive tired, because you might end up, I don't know, like almost fucking paralyzing yourself or killing yourself.
Yeah.
You'll grow back, right?
You know what?
You'll grow back, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
you'll
how
be
it works.
fine. You'll grow back. You're good. You're good. Your leg will grow back. Trust me.
Oh
Been
yeah.
there, done that.
It's kind of like if you're paralyzed from neck down, they just cut off your entire body and it just grows back.
Yeah.
All you
100%.
need, all you need is your head. Realistically, I mean, come on.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call bullshit. I think you're
Bullshit?
lying to me. I think you're
What?
lying to me. Yes.
I mean, why would I lie to you, bro?
Because it's part
Because
of
you have to lie to me.
But okay,
Why though?
Kami, why do you think it's a lie?
I just have this feeling, because he said they're very top heavy, but I've driven in Humvees before, and they're really not. The suspension is really soft on those. They freaking move.
No, yeah,
Dude, I don't know what fucking Humvee you're in. My shits are trash.
The suspension might be, but that doesn't mean that they're not top heavy.
If you take
But
any
they're so
corner
wide.
too hard, you can roll over very easily.
I mean, but either way, the hard right, you'd probably flip either way. In terms of how hard of a right it seems like you took, I would.
It depends how quickly you're going too.
Yeah, and I mean, if you're dozing off, or like if you get like the unconscious thing, and then
I don't think he would be one to be falling asleep during driving, though. That's the thing. So that's why I don't believe it.
I appreciate that little vote of confidence.
for confidence, it's like, well, that confidence is not gonna pay. Okay, all right. So, Kami, your final thing is, it's bullshit.
Sticking to it. Yep. I think he's lying to me.
Scrappy
Okay.
Boo. What is?
All right, so it is a lie. It is a lie.
Yes.
However, I have been in a situation where I was falling asleep at the wheel of a Humvee, and my TC was also falling asleep at the wheel of a Humvee.
See that was because I
it happened.
dude, I passed him that, and then I thought to myself, Scrap, I was like, he's a bit quick, like up top, but that was a bit too smooth for it to be 100% false. I was like, there was some sort of experience within that definitely played in. All right, so then it's Scrap. You gotta start catching up, pal.
Dude, I'm just bad. I just trust everyone,
Yeah,
or I just don't trust anyone enough.
I mean, fair enough.
Very sensible person, man. Why would you lie to me? Like
Yeah, I mean, it's
Yeah. It must be done.
But I mean, you didn't trust me.
I just don't trust you in
Alrighty.
general.
I mean, that's fair. It's definitely fair.
So, Pete, you remember how I went vet last time
Yeah.
in the clan?
Yeah.
Do you know why I had to go vet?
Vaguely. I don't remember the exact reason, but
Well, I came up with a different excuse than what really happened. I was in a pretty bad motorcycle accident.
okay.
So, what had happened was I was with these meet with a bunch of bikers that we do. We do some monthly bike meets, and we're in North Phoenix is where I'm at. I live in Arizona, so we went north to Phoenix, like deep Phoenix north. So I was out that way, and we normally come down from there. We go south to Tempe, and then we drive around Mill Ave. Mill Ave is always the craziest because it's so packed. Because on a Saturday night, that's the days we mostly go to Saturday night. And so Saturday night, all the bars are open late at night, and it's maybe 10, 11 o'clock in the bars. The lines are outside the door. There's police officers. There's police officers on horses, bikes, schools, walking around. There's so many. But with the big group of about 43 of us, I think there were. Oh no, there was 41. The last one was 43. But there was 41 of us then, and they can't do nothing to us. There's too many of us. What are they gonna do? Pull over 42 bikes? You know?
I mean, yeah.
Mhm.
They really can't. It's gonna be really hard. We're just gonna leave and make more chaos. And they have horses. Horses don't like loud exhaust noises from motorcycles revving. But us being obnoxious, we're revving. We're doing wheelies down the strip and stuff, showing off. And then one of the guys does a wheelie behind me and smashes my back of my bike, and it pushes me forward because he falls on another guy who just was doing a wheelie. So he fell on me on my right side, and his tire got stuck on my hand on my throttle, and I gas it, and I go into like a intersection where we had a red light like coming up, and full throttle. He's stuck on my hand. I'm trying to balance myself still, and we get hit, and we're just wiped out.
Mm-hmm.
And so the bike was kind of fucked up, but we're like, we got to get out of here. So we pick up the bikes as quick as we could, and we dipped out of there. But it was a bad accident. My tires over here shaking. My handlebars are bent. I got fucking my fairings all broken off and shit. His bike was completely fucked up. Like his whole front suspension was just sagged down to the ground. His handlebars are broken. His fairings broken. But he has more of a stunt bike than mine was, so he had like the crash bar. So if you drop it, it's not going to do much. But it still did a lot because we got hit. We got like T-boned. So it hit him before it hit me because he was on the right side in the car. We made it clear from the left side because it had more time to like kind of travel towards us. They had more time to react. But the people coming from the other side hit us because they didn't have enough time to react. So, and then we dip out of there and we go somewhere else, and we're over there looking at the bikes. We're like, fuck. And then we're not feeling good. We're all lightheaded. Our heads hurt. We had helmets and we had full gear and all, but still hurt like a bitch. And I don't know what happened to the car that hit us to this day. I don't know. I just remember there being coolant spilt everywhere and fluid down there. I'm like, oh, oops. And then the guy that was behind me dropped his bike because he hit the back of mine and hit the guy. So it
Yeah.
just he got very minimal damage because his wheel was up and it came down, so his tire took the impact. But I think the only thing he had was like a bent wheel, but that was it. So he was still able to drive off.
Right.
So
But so wait, so you're saying that you went vet because you
a
crashed or like
motorcycle accident, and I
but
was trying to heal up a little bit before I went back
oh
to work.
okay. Did you like I don't
It
know.
was like during
Did you
it
go to
was
the
during the
hospital?
time where Nah, I don't do hospitals.
Oh,
I don't want that bill. So it
oh,
was
fuck
during
yeah,
the
you
time
got that.
where I just came back vet. No, not the last time, but the one time before that, when it was recently,
So
because I
you
stayed
first
home
vet.
for a week and I made a couple ops that week, and I don't think I led one besides like a blast with someone, so it wasn't too bad. But again, what's it called? I don't remember when it was. I want to say it was probably 2, 3 months ago. Is when I came back from being vet. And
Mhm.
then
Right.
after that, I went back to vet because I went back to work
Yeah.
and I wasn't able to make the times. And then I left my job and then I left the clan.
No, but actually, you know what? Thinking of it, I think you came back from vet like half a month ago. Actually, just 1.5.
It might have been, yeah.
Cause you went straight to armor, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
did.
and that was around the time that Lily joined the clan, and that's like just over a month ago.
And then I'm going to send a picture of me and my bike doing a wheelie in the table. And if any of you guys are not in the Discord,
Join the
make
Discord.
sure you guys get in here. You guys can see what we're all talking about, the pictures we share, the crazy things we talk about,
Yeah,
just post. So,
and
yeah.
you can also join the conversation. You can come in with topics, anything you want, and
Be a special guest.
be a special guest. You'll have to
Yes.
build up some trust for that one. I'll tell you that, pal. But still.
Yeah, but
But anyways, oh,
Hmm.
you got a fucking red Honda that looks like a Ducati, dude. Jesus Christ.
it's a CBR. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Honda CBR.
Now, that this does beg the question, Scrap. Lie?
I think it's cat, bro.
I think it's Cap.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's stupid enough
I mean, it's Kami.
Oh,
to do shit like
we
that.
get
Ma-
stupid.
I know that,
Um,
but I feel
I
like
think
it's a
I have a
controlled
video
stupid.
of us leaving Mill Ave before because we had a bystander get us all on video, which was pretty cool. I'll send that in here too if I find it. Oh, here it is. Hopefully it allows me to send. There it is. You'll see how many bikes are there. Oh, like you probably see a couple of Stu Willies. I did a wheelie right in the beginning when I left, but he didn't catch it on video. I'm like, dang it, come on. So you'll be able to see it.
All right. So now, Scrap. What? So you think you think he's lying? You don't think that
Yeah.
You don't think Kami's dumb enough?
No, not that he's not dumb enough. Like the other people that like would ride like this are dumb enough to do that or to let that sort of thing happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is a
Kami.
pretty dope video.
What is the final verdict, Kami?
It is false.
'Tis false, my friend.
Although there was a couple of other bike accidents that happened very similar like that. The last one we went, which was September,
Mhm.
the last one that we went to. So actually, there was what was it? What was it? It starts with an H. I'm trying to think what it is. Oh no, it was a Hayabusa, and those are very very fast bikes.
Yeah.
And so he decided to do a pull in the middle of everybody, hits one tire and goes directly to the left, and his bike's
Ooh.
like sideways and goes straight again and comes back in and almost hits someone else. I'll see if I can find a video of that, but it was pretty dang gnarly.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right, boys.
I think I found it. I'll screen record it and send it to you guys.
All right. Now it's my turn to tell another little story. All right. So, you know, obviously, you both know that I'm in the military right now, and so after the recruitment period, when I got my position as the guard that I am, I obviously had a 4-week training camp basically, with all the shit that we needed to know about the armed guard, with the weapon that we was going to use, the MP7 and all that stuff, right? And so we had, at the end of it, the final day, or I guess second final day, we had something called a patch run, which is basically to quote unquote earn the patch of what it is, the guard soldier on your uniform. There's basically an entire day where you have to which is just hell, just for you to go through hell essentially. And
Yeah.
so obviously we had this, but we usually it's like people walking around and doing a lot of shit, but because of so many of our troops that had or people in my company had COVID, we couldn't have that, so everything was static. So we there was a bit of like a shit show, like, you know, telling us that we had to do something in 30 seconds that we couldn't do, and then like a bunch of screaming and yelling at us and all that shit, and then put on full kit and run down to a building where we all went in and started doing you know, we stood in line and all that stuff and did our, you know, the turn right, turn left, all around and all that stuff, all that jazz. And so when we walked in here, basically what they did, they put us up like that in a formation, and then they would say, okay, split out, go on 4 lines. And then 2 lines would stand and look at each other. The other 2 lines would stand and look at each other. And then we would do basically just heavy ass fucking exercise things. Just like the physical nightmare in terms of what to do. You know, laying down, cycling or whatever the fuck and all that stuff. And so during one of these, we're standing in hockey. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like a half squat position where you just stand as if you're playing hockey. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so we're standing in hockey, and so the 2 I see for my squad essentially. So he told us throughout the entire thing he has only gotten really fucking mad twice. One time, half of the people that were then same as me at this point, going through their like training course or whatever the fuck, half of them just boom left out. They didn't. He scared them shitless. Basically, they left the military basically. And so the other time, he said that a room full of grown ass men, all just bitching and crying. That's the 2 times that he has gotten really fucking angry, right? That was what we was told throughout the entire thing, and it is true. And so what he did during this was, I was kind of like ish, like I was a bit too high up in my hockey position. He comes over, goes basically up in my face, and starts screaming bloody murder at me, right? Which is like, it's a bit of an act, because you know the point is just to fuck with us there and then and make it a fucking nightmare for us the entire day. And so he stands there, screams bloody murder at me, trying to, I guess, scare me or make me whine and bitch. What I do is I literally I turn my head slightly, look at him, do like a slight grin, and get back into position. And then, like, this is, inside, like on the inside, I was shitting myself. Like in my head, I was almost I was scared as all fuck. But I don't know, for whatever reason, I wanted to act tough, right? Look at him, do a slight grin, then I get back in position. And then I like I peek my eyes and I just see him starting to like half almost laugh. He just looks at me and like I see a smile go on his face because he was like, fair fucking play. And then he goes to one of the guys next to me and starts screaming bloody murder at them instead, and they started whining like a bitch. And so afterwards he comes up to me and he goes, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I said, "I have no clue. On the inside I was shitting myself, but something on the outside just didn't do it." And so he goes, "Well, if I was you, I would have been scared by myself." And then all the other like leads essentially just come up to me afterwards and they're like, "Are you fucking insane? Imagine if that would have been actually been real. You would have been removed on the spot." And I was like, "Well, I mean, what could I have lost anyways?" And so basically, the story is basically just that I didn't actually do it, but I guess you could say that I flipped off an officer during this entire thing, and he basically patted me on the back saying fair fucking play afterwards. That's pretty much it.
Knowing you with the military aspect, I don't think he would talk to you and higher up like that. But again, it would be something you would do.
No, but
He's
I
like,
that's
okay.
that's the thing. I didn't even say anything. I just looked up at him and just like I gave him like a half grin, and then I just got it back into position. But then I did also one of the other ones came to me at some other point and was like, "Are you did you ask to like take like a free like a time off?" Like I dipped one knee during plank or whatever the fuck. And they were like, "Were you allowed to do that? Did someone say that you were allowed to do that?" And I looked up and I just said no. And then they just, because they don't expect you to respond, so they got a bit stumped and then they just walked away. But yeah, no, but the main thing is the motherfucker screaming bloody murder in my face, and I just grinned at him, and then he was like, fair play.
I don't know, Pete. What do you think?
I don't know, man. That shit's tough. Just because from my own experience, if we did that shit, we were fucked.
Right.
That's why, like, me too. I'm like, you would be fucked.
Yeah, dude. No, you would not have survived that day.
It's like you would have been shot on the spot. All right. Well, what are you thinking?
So I think that's cap.
I'm gonna say cap.
You both think it's cap?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's fucking. It's fucking
Fuck
true.
no.
It is true.
What?
I guess the reason was I guess the reason was because like obviously he was putting on a play because it was basically just like we've got this day is just meant to be hell for you, so like it wasn't actually anything serious, if you get what I mean. So like I guess that's why I guess he kind of respected the fact that I just didn't really give a fuck. Right there and then. I mean, if it would have been like if it would have been now when I actually have my position and did that to my actual officer now, then yeah, I would probably have been dimmed on the spot, just removed out of the fucking military. But I guess it was a bit different here because it wasn't. He was putting on an act and all that stuff. I'm assuming that's why. But it's true nonetheless.
God damn, bro.
But
more balls than I.
But I don't even know why. All right. And then let's see here. Scrappy Boo. There you go.
Well, fun begins.
You get what I mean?
Yep.
All right.
So, I'm going to just put this blanket statement first, and if you want to hear the story, just let me know. So, basically, when I was in training, AIT, for the Army, right, I'm learning how to do my job. I pretty much got told I was going to get fucking court-martialed.
Do you know what that is?
For anyone who doesn't know, being court-martialed is like you did some shit in the military and you're going to court.
Yeah. Okay.
So, now the story behind it, right?
The story of why?
Yeah. Y'all want to know that, or?
Yeah, I want to know why.
Okay. So we were out in the field, right? We're close to graduation, so it's like the culminating event. It's the field event at the end of training.
Okay.
And we're on our way back to our fob. We just went out on our mission. We're coming back to finish it. We'd already taken indirect fire on the way out there. We were expecting to take something getting closer, right? Well, we're like fucking 50 meters away from our fob, and we start taking direct fire. So first we get down, and I'm the RTO, so I'm the radio guy. So I basically have like no leadership authority. I don't tell people, all right, we're fucking doing this. But I'm right next to our squad leader, and she's not doing shit. She's just fucking sitting there, panicking. And our drill sergeant is walking along our fucking squad. He's like, all right, they're dead. You're dead.
Yeah.
By the time we finally move, we've got 3 dead people. And I finally say, fuck this. Alpha squad, you're up on the left. Bravo up on the right, and we'll bound forward.
Right.
So we finally get up and we start moving. And I'm one of the first people that see the enemy, right? And it's a guy that's been throwing grenades at us.
Right.
So by the time I see him, he has thrown his last grenade. And he looks at me and he starts to run. So I fucking put 3 shots in him, right? I fire my rifle 3 times, aimed right at him. Ideally, he'd either be dead or he'd be down. Either way, right? So then when we finally assault through and we go and check everyone's bodies and get their weapons and we report it up, we got 3 dead people, 3 enemy KIA, and 2 weapons. Now that is a big fucking that's a red flag.
Yeah.
In the military, you should not have 3 enemy KIA and only 2 weapons. That means that last motherfucker was probably a civilian in the army died.
Oh no.
So me as the RTO, I'm reporting this up, and I'm getting told, "What the fuck? Why do you have 3 KIA, 2 weapons?" And I started explaining it, and they cut me off. They're like, "You know what? Doesn't matter. Tell it to the judge." I was like, "Yo."
You killed a civilian.
Jesus Christ.
The one that stares at him and starts running and puts 3 shots at him.
Yeah.
I wonder which one it is.
Oh my god.
Now, but the thing is, right, is like I had the evidence because all the grenade pins were in his hand still, his other hand.
Yeah.
So we knew that he was throwing those grenades.
Mhm.
Knew for a fact. And we had
He got rid of his weapons when he did.
Yeah.
exactly. But yeah, I got fucking told to tell that shit to the judge.
And I mean, we can take how it went after we figure out if it's right or fucking wrong. I mean,
I believe it.
If it is true, take it after. If it's not true, then well, I mean, there's no need to, unless you want to make up a story of how we. All right. So, Kami, got any questions?
Yeah. No, I kind of believe him. I asked my question that my statement to it. He was the one that killed it because of the grenades. But I kind of believe it because I mean he has the pins in him, so they probably just didn't want to finish that court martial and so forth.
So you actually believe that Scrap almost got court-martialed?
Yeah, that's something the Sharp would do.
No, he's got a point. He's got a point. All right, Scrappy Boo.
He goes, anyways, I started blasting.
Scrappy
so
Boo.
yeah, that's true.
Tis true.
That's true. Oh, that whole story is true.
That whole story
Yep.
is fucking true.
Typical Scrap.
How did the court go?
So I never actually got taken into court.
Right.
Right. But I had a talk with my drill sergeant afterwards. They
Mhm.
pulled me aside and they're like, what the fuck? Right?
Yeah.
Now, the guy that was throwing the grenades, the mock grenades, was one of our instructors. So
Yeah.
they knew that he was doing. They just wanted to know how I knew,
Mhm.
basically.
Mm.
So I told him that whole story.
Because you saw him throwing
And
the
then-
actual grenades, didn't you?
Yeah, I saw him throwing the grenades, and he still had all of the pins from the grenades in his other hand.
Yeah.
He didn't drop them to the ground or whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, and then I got reassurance from some of the other guys who were reclassing to my MOS. that had actually been in combat once or twice,
Mm-hmm.
and like that they reassured me like, nah, dude, you're fine. You did the right thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you took down the dude that was killing us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't have a rifle, but he was throwing the grenades at us and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a threat.
But exactly.
Cool. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Good times.
GG's. All right,
Yeah.
Kami. I've sent
Yes,
I've sent
sir.
you which one you're supposed to talk about. So please take it away.
All right. So, last year sometime. I think so. Right around there. No, maybe 2 years. So we went on a canyon run. I was taking my El Camino down there for a canyon run, and then we decided to hop in my buddy's Audi. And hop in the Audi, and it's only front wheel drive. There was an all wheel drive. What's it called? There's an all wheel drive model, but he had the front wheel drive. He did a stage 3 motor in it and so forth. Was really really fun until one of the turns we hit gravel, and we decided, oh, we're not going to be making this turn. So we hit a tree and go off the cliff, and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning.
All right.
So we were flying, like we were probably taking turns around like 60 to 80 miles per hour, sharp bends, canyon run, kind of like what you see on what's it called, like Fast and the
Cars.
Furious. You know how like on Tokyo Drift,
Yeah.
you know, like Tokyo Drift, they're drifting around it, but this one we're like taking these curves, like not drifting, but we're taking them. We're eating up that floor like F1 cars are.
All right.
So, yeah, that's what happened. I went off the cliff in a car.
How? No. When you say cliff, how far are we talking? Like 10 feet, 20 feet, 30 feet, 40 feet, 50 feet, 2 feet?
Maybe a good 400 feet.
Oh, fucking hell.
Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, did the car like
Maybe about like 12 car lengths. Oh, we caught air when we were flying through the air. My buddy had his gun in the car. There's knife in the console too. He had our guns on us and so forth. And so as we're flying through the air, we see everything just floating. Like it's like we were like, oh, what the fuck? We took out a tree and we didn't hit the floor until like almost all the way down there.
Jesus.
The only thing that was crumbling down at the bottom was like the tree that we hit before.
Yeah.
And we didn't hit bottom until like almost all the way. And our grill is inside the water. And not gonna lie, all of us came out fine. We climbed out of there. It was a hard way up, but we got out of there. And yeah, what happened.
That's insane.
Yeah. It was a fun night though. I'll do it again.
I'd drive off a cliff again.
I would. Shit.
All right, Scrap. Any questions? What are we thinking?
Trying to think of the right questions to ask. Because like,
did you
knowing Kami,
did
could
you
believe it.
survive?
Yeah, I survived.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
so.
cool.
Everything grew back.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice.
That's good.
But what were you saying, Scrap? That you could believe that it's something that Kami would be part of?
Yeah, knowing Kami, that's some shit that would fucking happen with him, right?
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
But at the same time, that fucking height.
But because wait,
I don't know, man.
But like I got confused. You said what? You said 400 feet. You cannot have fallen 400 feet.
And have been okay.
It's about like
right,
10, 12 car lengths down.
That's not 400 feet.
No.
How much would you say?
I don't know, like 12
car lengths is
if I'm almost a car length. I say almost, and I'm 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah,
also
about
depending on
so let's say 12 cars. Let's say that a car is approximately somewhere around 8 feet. Then that would be about 80 feet. somewhere
Oh
between
no, it took us
80
it
and
took us
100.
about 30 minutes to get up that canyon. It took us about 30, 40 minutes to get up there again. Because it was steep.
By
Like as we're
walk,
climbing back
right?
up, the rocks and stuff were just trying coming down. We're like, watch your head.
Oh, right, but I mean, if it was steep, then yeah, it makes sense. But I don't think it was 400 feet. But
I don't know.
12 car lengths I could believe.
Yeah, I would go with that. I'm not very good with measurements, I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh,
was never
okay.
good with math.
Oh, okay,
That's
right.
why I started counting cars. I'm like, it was probably like about 10, 12 car lengths.
It's like how Scrap, how deep is a 6-foot hole?
Uh,
About
20
400
feet.
feet.
Yeah. Fuck yeah. All right. So Scrap, what do you think? What do you think it is?
I'm torn, man. But I'm gonna go with Cap. I'm gonna go with your lion, bro. I don't think that
Yeah?
happened.
You think Kami is lying?
Yeah, I think Kami is lying to me right now, which is very hurtful.
Kami?
Okay. Why don't you check the table?
Yeah, Scrap, check the table. He sent that to me in DMs as well, by the way. So yeah, so it's true for the listeners.
Yeah, it's 100% true.
But Kami,
Oh my God.
Kami, it's definitely not 400 feet. I can tell you that
I don't know
for
how
a
much
fact.
it is. It was definitely about 12 car lengths, so.
Yeah, that's about.
But this picture doesn't do it justice at all,
No,
dude.
because
Like, at all.
if I hop into my Photoshop program right now and I take that car and I crop it out and I just place that next to each other up until that road, I would probably get about maybe 8 of them, which would then be about 70 feet, 60, 70 feet probably, as an approximation. But but either way, it's steep. But it's definitely not 400 feet.
Yeah, I'm not very good at measurements.
No,
But
it's all good.
we fucking flew outward and then down.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane.
I mean, I grew back. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Crazy back. Can't get rid of crazy. Come on.
All right, boys. All right. Now, one final little story from your boy Flair. This is worth 3 points, just so Scrap has a possibility to win.
Yes.
Nah.
Because right now it's 4-2 to Kami. All right. So. All right. So. God fucking dang it. So, you know how like I'm like a person that doesn't have a lot of girls, right?
Yeah.
I'm not that inverse with all the ladies. They don't come to me as they do to certain others, if I could put it like that. But I'll call it Cap. But it's like, this is a lie. But I actually, so I know that everyone, I have said to people in the clan that I have never had a girlfriend, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now now that's a lie.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So about 3 or 4 years ago, I met this girl in class. So 3 or 4 years ago. So this was when I started. Well, what is it for you guys? High school, like I guess 11th grade, you could say, like first grade again. I started, and there was this girl in my class who was absolutely fucking beautiful, right? Like the first time I looked at her, instantly something in my brain went, yes, please, right? She was just absolutely so fucking beautiful. And so I was like, okay, I want to get to know this person because she is so damn fucking beautiful. And we get to know each other a bit. We weren't in the same class, but we were in parallel classes, right? So like we had something to do with each other from time to time, and we hung out during free time. And I realized that she's absolutely amazing. She's an absolutely wonderful person as well. She has her, I guess, less charming sides, but for the most part, very nice person, very funny, and also fairly intelligent. She was a lot better than me at school, just in general. Um,
Aren't they all?
yeah, dude, me at school, it's not a good mix. I'm
Oh,
street.
dude, I barely.
I'm not school smart, but I'm street smart, boys. Right, so
Heck yeah, me too.
we start to hang out a bit, and then about I would say, well, like 5 or 6 months in, approximately, maybe 7, we kind of start, realizing that there's more than just a spark, if you know what I mean. And
Yeah.
so one day, me and her decide that we were gonna just hang out for a day. My parents were out, so I decided, okay, you know what? She can come back to my place. I usually don't do that without like telling my parents, but I was like, you know what? This is a bit different. You know what I mean? So
This is my chance.
this is my one fucking chance. I've been going so long without it. And so basically, what I decided to do is I take her home to me, and we decided to just watch a movie. I got some food. We ordered in some pizza. I remember it very specifically because of what day was, because of what everything was. We literally just got a like a chicken supreme thing, with like barbecue sauce as a thing, and then fucking like chicken on it. And so we eat and all that stuff. Got some snacks afterwards, some popcorn. Just chilling, watching a movie, and then it starts to get a bit like, we both start to engage, if you know what I mean. Every we get a bit closer and closer.
Start cuddling a little bit more.
Yeah, the cuddling started. It became smooches. We started smooching a bit, basically. It didn't go that much further. I mean, went a tiny bit further. I'm not gonna go into very specific details, but we got a bit further than just that.
No, we need the details.
guys, I want this podcast episode to actually, come up, so we're not going there.
No, if you're lying to me or not, if I don't have all the details.
Okay.
Got a good point.
No, I'm not. Just you know approximately what base we went to, right?
Cheater.
Yeah, she was. That's actually where that's where the story is going. Is that I realized that so she was, because I think I've talked to both of you guys about how I feel about anyone that cheats, and I feel like that's the worst thing you can do to anyone ever in a relationship.
Yeah.
Because of the way that it fucks up someone mentally, and just like all the trust issues and break-in and all the bullshit that
100%.
comes with it. There's so much more that comes with it. Anyways, so
yeah.
Then I figure out about, so this is, we'd basically gone to this stage, and that was the stage that we were at for about a month, half a month, until I all of a sudden realized that so then let's say that it was half a month after, I find out that for about 2.5 months, 3 months, she had also been snuggling up to another guy in class, whilst me and her were basically a thing. She had also been doing a thing with him as well. And so I confront her about this. She gets really fucking sad because no, she got really, because I guess I should probably take this as a compliment. She wanted me to stay. Like, she wanted to keep me, essentially. And she was like, I'll ditch him, and, I'll stay with you and all that. I really want to stay with you and all that. Whatever the fuck. And I even with how everything has gone, as you guys know, and with like not having anything up until this point, I basically, it says a bit about where my brain went when I just said, no, fuck off. Right? I was like, how my mental is about this, and you actually end up doing something along those lines, especially in terms of what level that we had gotten to and been at for about a month, half a month, or 1.5 months. I was kind of like, this is absolutely fucking horrible of you, and I basically don't want to see you again. So I basically ditched her. And then when we during gym class when we had like a sort of like wrestling thing. It wasn't really wrestling, but we had some sort of like fighting thing, and I punched the motherfucker that she that she basically cheated on me with. I punched him in the face, and he was like, he then starts getting pissed off and was like, what the fuck was that for? And then I literally look over at her, look back at him, and then he looks at her, and then he just goes, "Are you fucking kidding me?" but like he was basically just like, "Dude, she left me," and I was like, "Yeah, and I left her." And he you should have seen his face just fucking dropped. Because I guess he realized like what had actually happened, and so now I don't talk to him anymore. I never really did, because again, he wasn't really in my class. It was just a gym we had together, because it was like both of the theater classes had gym together. So like then obviously our class and their class had that together, because we had to get the same education, obviously, and that was the most practical way, or somewhat. I don't know how the fucking school system works. I just know that that's how we did it. And so I never talked to him again. She, about 3 months later, sent me a message asking if I wanted to talk. And I basically just said, "Do you really think I want to talk with you?" And she didn't. I mean, even though usually this is like a quote unquote like bad thing for the person that this happens to, but in this case it wasn't. She left me on red, if you know what I mean. Like she saw the message and just didn't say anything else.
Yeah, she knew.
Yeah, she was like, oh, "Okay, never mind." So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the story. That's
up, Ron.
That's why I haven't. That's why I basically said that I haven't had a girlfriend, is because, well, for one, I don't want to talk about. I don't really want to talk about that one thing, but also I kind of sort of don't count it, because I've kind of tried to erase it in a sense, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. So that's basically the story of how I've lied to half the people I know, because I got fucking traumatized.
I'm gonna say it's true.
Scrap.
I believe it.
You believe it?
Yeah.
Because you guys don't believe that I've never had a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Look at you. Come on.
Guys, I love the faith that you put in me, but it is cap.
You motherfucker.
Damn, you have me going through emotions and relating to you and shit. You're
Dude,
fucked up.
I swear to God, I was sitting here like, damn, bro, I feel you though.
Dude, how the fuck do you think how do you think I feel? I had to make up a girlfriend. All right.
That was good.
Thank you. I feel like I really carried my way through that story. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like that's definitely some of my best improvisation, just making that up on the spot.
It was pretty good.
No, none of my story.
But it's also, the topic is hard to believe you with. Like you're such a good-looking guy. You know what I mean?
Well, thank
you.
you.
Who doesn't want you?
Well, like, clearly girls. All right. So the winner is Kami. I'll be sure to give you some sort of an award. I don't know. You'll get like the role of winner for about 24 hours in the Discord.
Oh yeah. I'm a wiener.
All right, and then Scrap, you have lost. But then again, this is your series to carry. We're not doing episodes of this without you. So
of course.
So we're gonna get back to this. I think we're gonna add a few more twists and turns in later episodes.
Maybe add a little bit more lies, some more truths.
Well, maybe
really interesting.
We could definitely do that as well.
Yeah.
So, but there are many ways of doing it. DK just said that I can say that again because girls don't watch this. But actually, DK, about 25% of our demographic is actually girls. So suck it. Anyways,
yeah.
So, thank you, Scrap, for coming back to another episode of this wonderful podcast. That you after only 2 episodes, I think you're definitely starting to cement your name into this, especially considering the fact that
Yeah.
your episode is our second most popular episode, just behind the Spider-Man No Way Home review, which I guess makes sense.
No, I'm just such a lovable guy.
You are a lovable guy, and a lot of people have actually said that they enjoy us for like our chemistry on that episode. So that is also really nice to
Yeah.
hear.
Oh, yeah.
So I hope that.
But don't forget, we should have a review coming up soon
We
for
should.
the new Thor: Love and Thunder.
the new Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh,
So
I gotta
guys,
watch that, man.
you damn fucking right.
It's on
Oh,
Disney
yo.
Plus.
If
All
you
right.
guys have not watched that yet, make sure you go watch it now. on
Make
Disney
sure you
Plus.
go watch
Disney
it.
Plus sponsor us. Come on.
Like,
Help
get
us out a
Disney
little
Plus
bit.
to sponsor us. We'll have to see when that episode drops in terms of my work schedule. I'm going back now, so shit's gonna
It
be a
dropped
bit crazy.
yesterday for me.
What?
The Love and Thunder dropped for us yesterday.
No, yeah, it dropped for me on Thursday, but in terms of when we're going to be able to do that actual review, in terms of when
We'll get that.
because of the fact that
Hopefully
I'm
pretty
leaving
soon.
again tomorrow. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching or listening to another episode of the High Council fucking podcast. Scrap, thank you so much for coming back in. Kami, thank you for always showing up, you beautiful motherfucker. And
don't forget your daily threat.
oh, but of
So,
course, Kami.
If you do not like, subscribe, follow, join the Discord, anything like that whatsoever, then you know what? I'm gonna have to call Joe Break, and we're gonna have Queen Elizabeth III come back from the dead, and fuck you up.
Hey, yo.
So you know what? Smash that like button, follow, join the Discord. You can always come back and join, and possibly become a special guest for the next future episodes. And you know what? Have a fantastic day. You're crazy is out.
Note that he said Elizabeth III, not the second. Just so you guys are aware. Anyways.
Yes, my bad.
Thank you for watching, listening, whatever the fuck it is you have done. Scrap, as always, you're always welcome back for another episode. I mean, this is obviously the best episodes that you're on, but you're always welcome back for anything and everything. Stay tuned, guys, for the Thor: Love and Thunder podcast review. We'll see when that comes out, but that is probably going to be the next episode either way. So, Scrap, do you have any final words before you take your bow out for this time?
No, unfortunately not.
Imagine how ungrateful he is. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening, watching, whatever the fuck it is you do. We fucking love you guys. Keep it fucking going. We're gonna keep on doing this as long as you guys keep enjoying it. Take care. Peace the fuck out.